Oh my lord, I got another awesome interview for you. Chris Kendall, Raw Advantage. We got Ann Osborne.
Hello.
How are you doing, Ann?
I'm doing great. This is a fantastic festival. It's absolutely brilliant.
Ridiculous, eh?
It's just amazing.
Is this the first of the kind you've been to?
It's one of a kind, but hopefully it's going to be carrying on every year, you know, so it's not just one on its own, because it's just amazing, you know, absolutely fantastic.
I can't wait for next year.
Yeah.
I heard there might be
I'm
two
coming back.
I'm coming back for sure too.
Yeah, I don't care how many miles, I'm in Australia, I'm coming back next year.
Australia, hey, so where in Australia are you from?
Sunshine Coast in Queensland, southeast Queensland, so subtropical climate, nice place to live.
So people who have not seen you or met you before, quick intro, you know, like how long you've been doing this raw thing, how'd you get into it kinda?
I've been doing it for nearly 20 years now. Got into it purely by chance really, because I gave up animal products for ethical reasons, didn't know about health, and immediately I gave up dairy products. I stopped wheezing when I was at uni at the time, had to climb up the hill to get to uni. Every morning by the time I was at the top of the hill, coughing, wheezing. Immediately I gave up dairy, it stopped, and I thought, wow, what have I started here? I just looked into different types of diets and eventually found the fruit diet, and it's the one that's stuck with me, and I've stuck with it for 19, 20 years.
So awesome. And you have kids too.
2 kids, yeah. One's nearly 20, one's 7, and they were both brought up on raw vegan diet.
Just thriving on the fruit diet.
Thriving, yeah, happy kids, and you know, just a nice way about them. People often say, you know, is their behaviour down to their diet? So people are making connections between these kids and the fact that they're, you know, they're not hyper, that they're active but, you know, not hyperactive, and making connections between the diet. So I think that's, you know, you can read a load of books, but if you see a kid and you think, yeah, something is going right with that kid, you know, it speaks 1,000 words.
For sure, for sure. It's amazing because so many people have the misconception that fruit or a fruit-based diet would make you spacey and, you know, like all out there, but in my experience, some of the most grounded, amazing, kind-hearted, most connected people are all fruit-based, you know, eaters.
Well, I mean, you look at the organisation that's brought this festival together, you've got to be focused to do that. You can't be spacey. You have kids, you can't be spacey bringing up kids. Whatever you do in life, I think, a raw vegan diet helps you focus and helps you, you know, obtain the optimum you can. Right?
For sure, for sure. So I know, I mean, a lot of people here are on similar diets. You're on a little bit different than most. You know, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I don't eat greens, I eat all fruit, and I often do mono diets. Like at the moment I'm just on oranges, so we're just looking for oranges at the moment. I don't think greens are a bad food. I think for some people they can be very necessary, but I also believe that for some people, if they're getting good, really good quality fruit, and they're living in a nice environment and all the other factors they need for a healthy life are in place,
centered.
Yeah, that you can live without greens. I've not found one thing that is in greens that isn't in fruit yet. You know, but it's different quantities, but then quality so much. If you get a really good quality piece of fruit, that's likely to have more minerals than a poor quality vegetable. You know? For
sure. Well, I mean, I know, for instance, oranges, they're super high in calcium. Watermelon, I've heard, I don't know the numbers, but I've heard that they're as high per calorie as iron, as spinach is.
Iron,
you know, and I mean, I totally agree. The same thing. I do think myself, I do eat greens because I like them, but I think if I was in the tropics, around by fruit, I barely eat greens.
Well, in Bali, you know, staying in Bali for a time, the fruit there is just so fantastic. It's grown in good soil, it's not sprayed, it's not grown in monoculture, and the thought that you'd look at a piece of green before you'd look at that fruit, you know?
For sure, yeah, almost always going for the fruit. Tomatoes, what do you think of tomatoes? Do you like them?
I like them if they're heirloom, if they're sort of naturally grown, they're tasty, they're good. They've never been a staple for me, but you know, I can really enjoy a good heirloom tomato.
Cool, cool. Well, is there anything else you'd really like to leave us with, or you know, is there somewhere we can find you? You have an awesome book. What's your book called? My book's called Fruitarianism the Path to Paradise, and it's available on my website, which is fruitgod.com. Awesome. Thank you so much. And the bottom line for me is quality. Always get good quality fruit, the best you can. That's really important. Take care of the quality takes care of itself, right? Yes, quality is important. Beautiful. And such a lovely spirit. We had a dance party last night. You were bouncing around, loving it in the moment. I loved it. Live music. Flying around like an angel. You know, it's really been a pleasure, and I'm really thankful to get you on here. And there you have it. Raw Advantage, Ann Osborne. Thanks. Thank you. Blessings, Ann. Ann Osborne for you, sucker.